Ladies and gentlemen, it's week 11. Have you won money yet? If you have, then you've been watching our show, obviously. And if you haven't, then you've probably not been. It's your first time tuning in. And, you're wondering how your bets don't hit every week. You're missing one leg on your parlays. You're just making a bad bet. It's a bad beat. That's what the books are there for. They're there to beat you. And what we try to do here is, well, we don't even really try. We pretty much do at this point. We beat the book. So, welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode. BigAL Bettor. I am joined by, like always, how are we doing, BigAL?
I am doing phenomenal, Matt. We're coming off a 3-0 sweep on our locks of the week for Sunday, which first time this season we've gone 3-0. We've gone 2-1 a lot. We've had a couple 1-2s. We've had no 0-3s, and we've had only one now 3-0. So I'm pretty thrilled coming off of it. Hit another teaser. That's we started doing teasers week 4 or 5, I think. So I've given out 6 of them now, and I've hit 4 of them. So I'm pretty thrilled with the way the teasers have been working out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the wallet's fat, and I did all the math on our picks for our locks of the week. We've gone 56%, which is better than pro betting is 54%. So we're above pro betters numbers with the channel so far this season. So yeah, I'm absolutely thrilled with how the season's been going so far.
Nice, like you said, yeah. Shout out to us. We can kind of label ourselves professional gamblers at this point if we want to. We're not going to. Obviously, we're not there yet, in my opinion. But I mean, the facts don't
We
lie. The numbers don't lie. So
we have the record of a professional bettor. We don't have to
there you
call
go.
ourselves professional bettors, but we have the percentage win rate of a professional bettor.
Exactly. You don't have to call yourself the best, but when you go out on the field and you show up and you do your thing, people might call you the best. So it is what it is. That's just semantics. But uh, welcome back. It's week 11. We got a great video for you guys today. As you guys know, if it's your first time, this is how we do things here on the channel. We go Thursday night football. We go to our Sunday slate of games. We do the locks of the week. We do parlays. We do teasers. And then we do the Sunday night, we do the Monday night, then we're back again for another Thursday. So those are the videos that we come out with you guys with. Tonight is Thursday night football, start of week 11. We got the Commanders traveling to Philly to take on the Eagles. Spread for me, I'm over here on FanDuel. You got DraftKings over there, Al. We got the Commanders at plus 3.5, and Eagles minus 3.5. Then we got the over/under set at 48.5. What say you?
So the 3.5 is the thing that really makes me question it. So here's the thing, right? We've been betting the Commanders almost all season. We've been big on them. They've made us a lot of money. Last week you were on Commanders. I took the Steelers. I did win money. You did not, but we did take the over, and that did cash. So we still made money for the lock. But the Eagles also have been good to us most of this season when we've taken them. So it's very tough. Like I said this a couple weeks ago. It's like you always, when you're trying to beat the book, you kind of have to look at what the book wants you to do. And I think that they want us to take the Commanders. That's why they're giving us the hook, because the Commanders are like a big public darling because the public's made tons of money on the Commanders, and so I'm gonna take the Commanders plus 3.5, but I'm worried that's what they want us to do because they seem to think that the Eagles are gonna win by 7.
So you're playing into their hand. So like that whole entire setup that you had for your reason about like what the book's doing, you're like, I'm doing it anyway.
I'm not necessarily playing. I feel like that's what they're doing. I don't know that's what they're doing.
Okay. I think you're getting 3.5 on a home team that's been good
No, they're on
this
the
year.
road. No,
No,
they're on
like
the
you're
road.
giving the home team like 3.5 points, like obviously not giving, so that was a bad choice of words right there.
Sure, sure.
But it's like
Right.
minus three and a
That's
half for the
crazy.
Eagles at home. They've played good this year. Like you were telling me earlier before we started recording, like, this is for the division for the most part. Like obviously it's still early in the season for playoffs and stuff like that with when their
No,
records are how they are.
no, it was for the division. It was for the division last week. This is for the Commanders to tie the division again.
Oh,
They're
okay.
down a game now to the Eagles.
Okay.
The Eagles have 1 game lead in the division because they won last week and the Commanders lost. So that's why I was saying it's a huge game for the Eagles last week against Dallas, because I was like, I thought the Steelers would pull that one off, which they ended up doing. But I was like, if the Commanders don't win this game and the Eagles do win theirs, all of a sudden now the Eagles take it, which makes this game even more important because the Commanders need this just to get back to even.
Oh,
Like they
okay.
would technically have the lead because tiebreaker, but this is to get back to like even with the Eagles.
Okay. I get you. So it would still give them the advantage. So whoever wins this has a good shot of winning that division. Is what you're saying.
1,000%, 1,000%. And I have a
Okay.
ticket for the Eagles to win this division, so I hope the Eagles win this game. But when I'm looking at the number that the books are handing out, it's hard for me to not take plus 3.5 with a team that could easily go in here and just win this game. And then as far as the over under, I'm on the over. Commanders have been one of the highest scoring teams in the whole league this year, and the Eagles lately have been scoring a ton of points too. So I don't see where this game becomes a low scoring slogfest of time control and control the clock and we get an 18-20 game. I think we're gonna get up into the 30s.
Okay. So my only argument there is just the fact that the Eagles haven't played great the last 2 weeks. It hasn't
Sure.
been like, like they started the season off really hot, but the last two
True.
weeks it's been a little rough, to say the least
Yeah.
for the team. So I don't know. I am actually on the opposite side of you on the over under. I'm actually on the under 48.5. I think it will be
Okay.
kind of like a slugfest. Like they both have really good run games, right? Which, if you have a really good run game, you normally, chew a little bit more of the clock, especially if you can get
Absolutely.
stopped too. But that's the issue that I have with these teams is the fact that I don't know if they'll be able to stop each other. Like, can you stop Brian Robinson and Austin Eckler if you're the Eagles? And then if you're the Commanders, how do you stop Saquon Barkley? So, and Jalen Hurts
Sure.
too. And you have, obviously Jaden Daniels that can both run the ball really well. But I think they're going to be trying to do like read options and trying to get out of the pocket and run, escape, and scramble. And I don't know if that's going to happen because like we've talked about this before, and I've told you like countless times that most defenses they play against like mobile quarterbacks. They normally struggle against teams that also have a mobile quarterback because the defense is used to
Sure.
playing against them in practice. So that's why I don't
Right.
think that like it's going to be a super high scoring game. It still could be, but I like the under here at 48.5. I think everybody's going to be on the over, and I think that's what the book wants you to do too. But I can see this being maybe not a boring game, but definitely not a high scoring one. And then
Okay.
I'm also with you on the Commanders. I mean the plus 3.5. The Commanders have been covering for us like all year, so I'm gonna take them at plus 3.5 here. I think, like you said, this is a game that they need to win, and I think Jaden Daniels, when the lights are on and he has to show up, he will.
I agree fully. I will tell you. So against the run, the Eagles are the fourth best against the run,
Okay.
and the Commanders are the fourth worst against the run as far as yards
Okay.
allowed.
So Saquon's gonna have a big game, is what you're saying.
And yeah, well, in theory, and then also you were saying that the Eagles have had kind of bad games recently.
Yeah. No, I said the Commanders. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The Commanders, you said?
Yeah, I said the Commanders have been struggling the past couple weeks. The Eagles have
Yeah,
been great.
20, 27 points and 27 points their last two games. If that's
Oh, okay.
struggling, I want my team to struggle.
Okay, fair enough.
And then the Eagles the last three
Yeah,
games 34, 28, 37.
yeah, they've been killing it. So we'll see. I
So
don't know.
I
Like
think
we've seen before, like with divisional games, it's different.
sure,
So
sure.
I don't know. I think it'll be
That's your
different
take. I was just trying to correct just what you'd said earlier about
about them
like
struggling.
they
Their
haven't
offense
really
has
good.
struggled. Like it hasn't looked great for Jaden Daniels. So maybe that's why I'm just looking at it like Jaden Daniels has struggled, so the whole team struggles. Maybe that's kind of where I'm correlating it. But I mean,
Also, their last two games they haven't had Brian Robinson.
that's fair, and he's back. So we'll see. Maybe they're right back to
Right.
where they were, and it's going to be 40-40. Like I don't know, but we'll see on Thursday. I still stand behind my take. I think it's a divisional
Okay.
matchup. So
So as a recap, we both have the Commanders. I'm on
hmm
the over 48.5. You're on the under 48.5.
yep,
Okay. Okay. It is
there
a
we
high
go.
number. It is a high number.
It
It's not
is.
like it's easy. It's not like it's going to be an easy number to hit. But I just think with both these teams scoring in the high 20s every week, we're in for a shootout. We're in for a fun game. I think.
Hopefully, we need one for Thursday night for sure. All right, let's move on to our four pick parlays. You want to take us
Okay.
away with yours first?
Yeah, I normally don't go first, so
I
I'm
know.
actually excited to go first. Okay, so mine actually pays out. This is one of the higher ones I've had for the last couple weeks.
Oh no.
I haven't hit one in a couple weeks either, so I would really like to hit this one. I've been so close to a bunch of times, but all right. So for this one, I've got AJ Brown, 100 plus receiving yards. He's done this in 3 of his 6 games that he's played this year. In 2 of the 3 that he didn't hit this number, he got to 89 and 89 yards. So he was knocking on the door of 100 plus yards. And the Commanders, they've actually been pretty good against the pass, but AJ Brown's the guy, and he like half his games he's hit this number. Then I've got Terry McLaurin for 70 plus receiving yards. He's done this in half his games as well. And in the other games, he's been knocking on the door. Then I have Saquon Barkley, 100 plus rushing and receiving. He's done that in 7 of his 9 games so far this season. And then my last pick is Brian Robinson, 40+ rushing yards, just rushing. He's done that in 5 of his 7 games. So I feel
Okay.
really confident in that one too. And he's coming off a 2-week rest.
What are the odds
And
on
this
that?
thing pays out plus 1,300.
Dang, that actually is pretty high for you.
Right.
I mean, your 4-pick parlays to the prime times are always normally a little bit higher than mine, but yeah, this is definitely a higher one. We don't normally get to the 4 digits, so.
No, I'm usually at plus 750, plus 800.
What was your pick again for Saquon?
Saquon's 100+ rushing and receiving.
Okay, it's RNR. Okay.
And he's done it, like
Yeah.
80% of the games.
I mean, it's Saquon Barkley. Like, that's
Mm-hmm.
just what he does. So, okay, cool. I'll jump into mine then.
Okay.
I'm gonna start off. Jalen Hurts over 1.5 passing touchdowns.
Here we go.
I like 2 passing touchdowns there for Jalen Hurts. We're doing the same thing for Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels, get right game for him. He's kind of been struggling a little bit, so I like him to be able to get back on track with over 1.5. And then we got Zach Ertz over 34.5 receiving yards. A little revenge game for him, playing against his old team, his original old team. So I like that a lot here. And then we got AJ Brown. You have him for 100+ yards. I just have him for 5 catches. I like him to catch the ball 5 times. He should be the focal point of the offense, like he normally is. Like you said, he's averaging about 100 a game. So I like you don't normally get 100 yards if you don't have 5 catches. So 5 catches seems pretty easy there, and that plays out plus 904. So not close to as high as yours, but still a decent 9 times your bet. And there you go.
I don't hate it. I don't know about the Ertz play. That's the only one that kind of gives me cause for
Really
pause. And
over
then Jalen Hurts
35?
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to have a big role. I don't know if he's done that a bunch this year. I didn't look into his numbers. That's obviously I didn't throw him in mine. And then as far as Daniels and Hurts always scares me on throwing 2 touchdowns because they have one who can not that he can't catch, but it's like I feel like they always just have him run. And then like last week, Hurts ran in 2 and just stole touchdowns from other people.
He
And it's like,
does that
okay,
all the
cool.
time because they get down to the
That's what
1
I'm
or 2
saying.
yard line. It's just the tush
Right.
push
They just
3 times in a
push
row.
that thing in. Right. So that's just what scares me. AJ 5 catches, I don't mind, but I do want to just straighten it out for the viewers because they're going to be like, Matt just said that AJ Brown averages 100 yards. I didn't say that. I said in half his games he's hit 100 yards.
Oh, okay. I
So
thought you
like
said
that's not
averaged. My bad.
no. I'm saying like he hit over 103 of them, and then in 2 of the 3 he didn't get over that number. He was at 89 and like 85, and then he
Okay.
had one game where he only had 13. But
Yeah.
so he's close to averaging 100, but I'm not saying he averaged.
Okay. Okay. That makes
Want
sense
to
then.
straighten that one out. Just want to
Okay.
straighten that out.
Good
Don't want to give
looking.
the people false information here.
Well, good looking out for the viewers. Appreciate that. You've corrected me twice now this episode, so thank you.
I'm a man of the people. Man of the people.
All right, touchdown scores for the game. I'll jump into mine first. We don't have a reach play
Sure.
this week. Normally I do. Normally for all these videos, every game, every primetime game, at least I'll have a reach play. I don't like the reach plays here. I like the tried and true, the guys that we know are going to score. So we're going Jaden Daniels at plus 220. I like that, him to run one in. Then we got Brian Robinson plus 140, and then Saquon Barkley at minus 180.
B Rob is plus or minus?
Plus 140.
Okay.
It's his first game back. They probably think they're going to ease him back in. I'm not so sure. I think he's just going to get his normal workload, and that's how it's going to be. He said
Since when did you start throwing in minus 180 touchdown scores?
exactly. I don't, but it's Saquon. And Saquon, like we know, he's like a Derrick Henry. Like he can rip off a 50-yard touchdown run, pass, whatever it is. Like I mean, that's just what he
You've only
does.
got 3 for me.
That's it. Just the 3.
You're just
A reach.
you're jipping the fine people of a reach and
I'm not
like
jipping them of a reach.
4th and 5th.
If you want like a reach-ish play, there's like Zach Ertz and who's
Goddard.
the other guy? Yeah, and Dallas Goddard. They're both around
Okay.
like 280 to 320. So playing one of the tight ends is pretty nice. Goddard, you're getting more money on, and he scored last week. So I like Goddard. I like the Goddard play there a little bit more. So that would be my reach if I was going to have one, but I just didn't this week. Didn't decide to go up that high.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll hop into mine. I just have 3, like normal. I've got Brian Robinson as well. He's plus 105 on DraftKings. So go to FanDuel if you guys are in a state where you can bet multiple books. And then I have Terry McLaurin at plus 110, and I have AJ Brown at plus 110. Terry McLaurin's actually he's had more games with touchdowns than he's had with like a yardage number you'd want to take him for. When I was looking for like trends, he's had
Oh,
more
okay.
touchdowns than he's had like good games of yardage. So it's
Oh,
actually kind of crazy. And then AJ Brown, obviously we know what he's just a stud. Like he's a
yeah.
beast.
And he's
And
actually
then B
taken
Rob's
his. Oh, go ahead.
I think B Rob's only had 1 or 2 weeks of the games he's played where he didn't score a touchdown. So he's kind of a lock. And he's coming off actually 3 weeks of rest because he missed 2 full games. And then now it's been time since that. So he's like, as far as like the injury, which I think was his hamstring, that may not be 100%, but the rest of his body can take hits. He's ready to, he's going to be fast.
Yeah, for
So,
sure. And last week he logged in limited practices the whole week. So it's not like he wasn't out there practicing. It was just they were still just, managing him a little bit. Like we talked about
well, and like,
before, I mean, he was probably ready to play, but they knew that they wanted him for this game.
that's what I think. That's what I think.
For sure. They were looking toward the future a little bit. And also, they didn't want to jeopardize anything, especially against the Steelers, because the Steelers have that really good front. So,
Yeah,
they don't want TJ Watt, wrapping him up and throwing him to the ground and then him re-injuring his hamstring. So get a little bit easier, I guess, of like not as threatening of a pass rush, I guess.
sure, sure.
hmm But yeah, that's it for us, I think, right?
I think that we've covered everything. We got our 4-pick parlay in there. We got our leans on the over under and the spread in there, and we gave you guys 6 total touchdown scores that we like for the game. We both agree on Brian Robinson, so that seems like if this was our Sunday video, we'd lock that in as a touchdown. But yeah, no, I think we kind of covered all the bases there. It should be an awesome game. I'm actually super excited we get this one on a Thursday night.
Yeah, it deserves its own stage for sure, especially with like how the division is right now.
We're gonna have so many good games down the stretch here because there's a lot of divisions that are really close. Like you think of like the NFC West with the Rams, Cardinals, Seahawks, Niners. Like Seahawks haven't looked good lately, but like all those teams are very close in record. So down the stretch, we're gonna have all these cool like divisional games that are gonna mean a lot. So
hmm
I'm really excited for the stretch of the season here that we're jumping into.
Yeah, exactly. It should be really fun. This is just week 11. We're going all the way to 18. So obviously the season
Mm-hmm.
and the games they get, they're a little bit more important as the season goes on, a little bit more exciting. And then also as more weeks go on, more teams get eliminated from the playoff contention, the playoff race. So keep looking for
Right.
that. Look for those trends, and then yeah, we will catch you guys in our next video for our Sunday slate of games. Hoping to go another 3 for 3 for the locks of the week. And until then, stay true to you, and make sure that you always beat the book.
Protect your bags, guys. Protect the money bag. We're not trying to lose all our money to the books, and we're trying to beat the books. So yeah, protect the bag, beat the book. That's what we say here on the channel, right, Matt?
And that's what we say. Protect the bag, beat the book, and we'll catch you in the next video.